So I have to preface with, I was not a big Instagram user, but because I followed some speakers, the algorithm was suggesting people in North Carolina, and one was the real Fred Shropshire. And I was like, oh, he seems like a nice person. So all of that to say, I followed him.
Yeah, so I put a story on Instagram with my kids because I was trying to figure out what kind of elderberry to give them.
He followed me right back, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then you posted that story.
Which was what, about a week later or something like that?
I think so. And then I responded and I said, oh, well, I just give mine the Flintstones gummies. They're organic now. And then he wrote back and he's like, oh, nice to meet you, by the way. And I was like, oh. And then we started chatting.
Yeah, I knew, I was like, you know, wow, like this is, I can't believe that I met this person. Not only how we met, but just in general.
I said, I want you to know I'm determined to wait. And I think you had the same conviction as well. And you said, well, that's great.
I wanted to have clarity in this relationship. I wanted, because of my personal convictions, because when I met her and we got to know each other, she was a prayer answered.
Our views were never skewed by sex. It was never something that we felt we couldn't walk away from because we weren't, connected in that way. I mean, we want our marriage to mean something, and if we can share our experience and it helps somebody else or means something to someone else, then we want to do that.